Hello, I'm Dan Jackson and I'm currently in Sarasota in Florida, and today I'm going to be talking to you about marketing your company by creating a brand. Now these videos, I'm doing a series of videos of marketing and they are quite specifically aimed at tradesmen, but they're not just limited to a tradesman. I think other business can relate to them as well. So by trade, I am an electrician. I now travel the world with my family. That's why I'm in Florida. And if you want to know more about my story, you can go to my YouTube channel, Dan's the Engineer, and go to the channel trailer to find more about me. And you can also go and follow my family on Our Venture Beyond on Instagram or YouTube. I'd love for you to join us. So let's talk about brands. Brands are really important for a company, whether you're a one-man band or you're a massive company with loads of people working for you, because it's what people recognize you by. It's like we're all visually, drawn by things. We're very visual animals, and so creating a brand is really important. I think a lot of tradesmen really underestimate it, and it doesn't have to cost much money. You don't have to put too much effort into it, but it's something really important for you to consider, because it can get you work essentially, and repeat work, and get you recognized, because there's so many tradesmen out there. There's so many electricians, there's so many plumbers, so many air conditioners. Nobody knows who to go to. So it's about being able to stand out amongst the rest and stand out and put yourself out there. You need to put yourself at the forefront of people's minds. When something electrical problem happens, they need to be thinking your brand. It needs to pop up into their head. So that's why you can do that by using a company name. You can use it by color schemes, logos, things like that. So you need to pick a company name. Now, I personally don't like when you've got your name in it, unless it's something quite, relevant to, a company and what you do, because it just doesn't stick out, and it's not, people can't relate to that. It's lovely having your name in your company, of course it is. But I think, things like, there's a YouTuber electrician called My Trusted Electrician. What a fantastic name. It's a fantastic brand name, because, you want to be a trusted electrician. So, that's created quite a nice brand. It's quite a nice name. I don't like cheesy things like if I call myself Dr. Electrician. I don't like that because it's cheesy, and I'm not cheesy. I don't like that, but it sticks in your head. So you've got to come up with a company name that you're comfortable with, and it might be something that, an ethos that you're about. So you might pick something that really sort of relates to how you do things and how you do business. And then you can also create a logo based on that, and it can be really straightforward. And colours are really important. I actually do coaching one-on-one with businesses or individuals to help their business. I do it for life coaching to help improve their work-life balance, but also to help business. So if you're interested in any sessions, we do it over the internet. Get in touch with me. We can talk more about that. But I'm working with one guy, and his colour scheme is black and orange. It's striking. It sticks in your face. He's got a fantastic van. He's got fantastic clothing. It makes me recognise his brand and him. It's like really important. So once you've got your colour scheme, you can create a logo. Now, you might be thinking, well, I'm not artistic, I can't do that. That's true. You're an electrician. You don't have to be all of these things. You can pay someone to do it, and you don't have to pay a bomb. If you want to know more, please let me know, and I will give you advice and recommendations. And these things don't have to break the bank. They really don't. There's some great tools out there online. There's even some free stuff. So you can create all that, and you can get someone to create, all your files. So they can give you JPEGs, they can give you files that need to be used on CAD and stuff like that. And you can use those, and then you can create merchandise. So brand everything, literally brand everything. So have t-shirts with your brand on, have jackets with your brand on, buy hats, woolly hats with your brand on, letterheads, emails, anything you send out, have your brand on. Stick your brand in people's faces, so when you're doing work, you're sticking it in their face. I used to have key fobs, which is like a little key ring with the company telephone number and website and the colours. And it sticks in their mind, because this key ring is actually really handy. They end up hanging their keys by the front door, and it sticks in their head. So when there's a problem and they think electrics, that's the person I'm going to go to, because that's stuck in my head, because I look at that thing every single day. That's what we're doing here. We're creating something that sticks in their head. So what's really, really important is, when you're branding everything and you've got your sign written van. I know some people don't like their vans being sign written because it's advertising to thieves that you've got tools in there, but at the same time, it's an advertising placard on wheels. It's fantastic. It's got me a lot of work, if I'm honest, because people used to see my vans driving around London. It creates this thing that, because they used to stick out as well. And people used to call me up and say, oh, I saw your van, I saw your van. And also what's important when you are branding something, like on your letterheads or your website or social media, which we'll do another video on those another time, but on your vehicle, you have what you want them to contact you on. So you either have your telephone number or your website. So if you want people to call up, you make that's the biggest thing, is your telephone number. So they can see your van, they can see you're an electrician, so you need to have things that you do as well. They need to know, you can't just like create a logo and not say what you do. You need to say what you do so people know, and then it's like a call to action. So you've drawn them to your van, you've drawn them to your paperwork or whatever, and then they can see. So, you know, I've seen electricians with their website on the back of their jacket. Fantastic, because, you know, again, it's giving people the information and where to go with that, and that's really important about your brand. And also, what you've got to remember is that you are the face of the brand, whether you're a one-man band or whether you have people working for you. Each of you are the face of the brand. So if I had 5 guys working for me and they had, you know, they were working, you know, customers dealt with them only, for example, they are the face of the brand to them. The brand is the common denominator, but people do business with people. So people like to know they're dealing with Dan, they like to know they're dealing with Dave or whoever. So it's important that, you know, on social media, you're making posts and you're linking it back to the brand. So people can look at the brand and then they search the brand and they look it up. So, you know, you might have one of your colleagues, whatever, only deals with certain clients, whatever. He needs to be pushing the brand out as well. So it's all branded. So, you know, it's all relative to your business. And if you want to grow, that is kind of the way to do it, is by making sure everything's uniform within the brand. But, you know, like I said, people deal with people, and you've got to be the face of the brand. So push your brand into their face. Very, very important. Now, I'm going to be doing some other videos on this, so I hope you can join me. I'll see you later.